Russell Westbrook's triple-double streak has come to an end after tying Michael Jordan and Oscar Robertson for 7 straight and setting more and more statistical box score records. Russell Westbrook still decided to literally pick apart the Boston Celtics by himself with a little bit of help from Steven Adams in a game where no triple-double, but I believe 37 points, 12 assists, and 6 rebounds. That's not a...
It's not a thing.
So here's his game log real quick just to take a look. You can check off triple-double, 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 triple-double. The turnovers are an issue, but his usage is so high. He had a quadruple-double, literally. 28, 17, 12, and 10.
That's insane.
Turnovers.
Yeah.
So again, it's remarkable numbers. It's all stuff that's going to make MVP voters want to vote for Russell Westbrook because we're seeing stuff statistically that we haven't seen before. I'll fall back on the same argument as Steph Curry for last year. He was doing stuff from the three-point line we've never seen before. That gets you some MVP votes. You start doing this statistically. But again, I think it starts to beg a big question. I've heard this across a couple of mainstream sports stations, and I don't know whether I believe it or not, but I'm curious your thoughts, Francis. Is this part of why you think Kevin Durant left Oklahoma City? This super high usage of Westbrook, his teammates being open a lot of the times, but Westbrook puts up a contested shot. Again, his triple-doubles are leading to wins. It's not like this is bad for the Thunder.
No.
But this less emphasis on team ball and more emphasis on me ball compared to the Warriors style, which is team basketball.
Well, that's the thing, is that Kevin Durant has went into the Warriors, and it's not me ball with him. He's not getting frustrated because he's not getting so much usage of the ball the way he expected it in Oklahoma. So I don't think his problem was not getting enough of the ball and Westbrook taking so much of it. Right. I think it was a lot of the time we would be screaming at the screens in the fourth quarter for Oklahoma when they'd give the ball to Russell Westbrook and he wouldn't use Kevin Durant as much as he should, because in those moments Kevin Durant usually is your go-to to try and help salvage a result or push you over that finish line. So I think there's something to do with that reliability. I think Kevin Durant, I'm not saying that he feels some pressure taken off. I just think that he feels he can evolve his game a little bit more so rather than it solely being through him or Westbrook. And a lot of the time they would go with the latter. They would go with Westbrook in Oklahoma. So I think that it's not why he left. I think he left to win a championship. And I think the system that Oklahoma were running was a predominantly Westbrook or Kevin Durant. Everything has to go through that in order to get to the finish line system. And I don't think that it favored both of them as much as it should have. I think that Kevin Durant works well in a system that gives him the ability to shoot and the ability to just be part of the process and move the ball.
To move the ball, to be a middleman, right? So there was no, and that's what I find so interesting about this triple-double streak and these numbers that Westbrook is putting up. And again, like I said, this is not disrespecting Russell Westbrook. We're just simply debating here two very different team styles of basketball. Because Steven Adams is looking really, really strong and improving every single game, month by month, in the pick and roll. And it's something that I like seeing in the development of Steven Adams. And it still would have happened with Kevin Durant there, but it's not 5-on-5 basketball with the Thunder. It's 1.5-on-5. And while Al Horford is still taking, again, a long time to really transition to that Celtics team, I'm being far too patient with Al Horford. I understand that. Because I still believe he's going to turn into a very good player for the Celtics. It might take a year, though. It might be a Kevin Love, Chris Bosh amount of time before he seems to fit in, which I find strange because he's so portable. But in that game, Westbrook got the better of Al Horford in matchups where he'd drive the lane.
Yeah.
And in what world should that ever happen? In the world where Russell Westbrook's a 6'3" freak of nature who can, jump out of the goddamn building. But my point being is it's two contrasting styles of basketball. And Russell Westbrook thrives in that style of basketball. Kevin Durant wanted to see if he could thrive in a team style of basketball. Yeah. And what's so remarkably interesting about it is when the Thunder played that team basketball last year during the playoffs, they were the most unbeatable team. And again, they blew a 3-1 lead. Jokes, blah, blah, blah. 60 minus 29 equals 31. 60 points in 29 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
The Warriors blew a 3-1 lead. Ha, ha, ha. Right? So that joke is being played out every single day within our own comment section and across the entire internet. But the Thunder, in that situation last year when they were playing the team basketball, was leading to them looking unstoppable, possibly winning a championship. And then it kind of fell apart when they relied back on the extremely high usage of either Westbrook
Yeah.
or Durant. So I'm blown away by the triple-double streak. I think it's one of the 5 most watchable players in the NBA against any team, whether they be good or bad, is Russell Westbrook. I don't find it that surprising anymore that Durant left the team. I don't find it, and we're talking about this months later, but in the moment, of course, it's such a big topic. He's disloyal. But then you look at it and you go, it's just 2 contrasting styles of basketball.
The thing you have to credit to Russell Westbrook is when you think about Westbrook and Durant on the same team, Jason, and you're watching them last year, if they're not using Durant as much as they should, he's a pretty prominent distraction because you're always scared that you might use him. So the thing you have to look at Russell Westbrook this year is he's not got another distraction. It's not like a team are going to overwhelm the center to try and crowd out Adams or worry about any other players who are going to be of usage. So they know that Russell Westbrook's going to be the go-to. He's going to either look to shoot or drive to the rim. But he's still getting there. And he's still doing it at a ridiculous percentage. So therefore, as much as we can look at maybe this is why Durant thought it was a better option to go elsewhere, you can't help but give credit to Russell Westbrook for continuously putting up insane numbers when teams, I'm sure their tactics board in the dressing room before the game is like, all right, we've got to stop him getting to the lane, we've got to stop him finding these shots, but he's still doing it at a ridiculous pace.
The strategy to beat the Thunder is make their three-point shooters take three-point shots because they don't have, I get Robertson and Morrow can hit threes, and if they get hot, I mean, in the game against the Celtics, they had nothing.
Yeah.
The point being, in terms of strategizing against the Thunder, your only focus is Russell Westbrook, but you want to make them shoot threes. In a game like the Celtics had yesterday without Isaiah Thomas, which is worth noting, of course.
Yes, of course.
Groin injury. He'll be back soon, though. Defensively, not so much of a loss. Offensively, though, to go shot for shot, very difficult. With Morrow and Robertson not hitting threes, they went 0 for 6 or 0 for 7 combined. Just that little bit of extra help in the scoring department. Again, though, it's not like they're getting a ton of three-point shots because Westbrook is not opting to dish it out to the three-point line like he was last year with a Kevin Durant who could be there and also create for himself, whereas this year you watch the Steven Adams slowly and patiently get better at the pick and roll, and it's really nice to watch. Adams is 11-9, I think, this season.
Yep.
In terms of, so it's not statistically amazing, but similar to the comparison I've been making with my friends is he could be Tyson Chandler. He could be in his prime Tyson
He's
Chandler.
very, very young, by the way, for
He's
like
23 years old,
from what everyone. When you look at him,
4
I mean, he
years
looks as a Kiwi. He looks. He
Yeah,
looks
he
pretty
looks-
old. He looks
true.
he looks if he's seen some things, and he looks as if he's had
Well,
a very tough paper round.
You get kicked in the nuts a couple times by
Yeah, true.
Draymond Green, and then you could say you've
But,
seen some things.
I mean, as much as I do have a baby face, when you sit me next to Steven Adams, I'm sure you would fail to think that I'm 3 or 4 years older than him. But he's got so much to learn in this game. So much to learn.
You're not old, but like when you get to 30, we'll start making jokes.
Oh, no doubt.
You're not Ben.
What age is Ben?
You're 70.
Jesus Christ. He looks good for
Looks
70.
great for 70, but
Yeah,
unbelievable.
true.
All right. What do you guys think of Westbrook? Before you all go crazy down in the comment section, like I said, they're 2 contrasting styles of basketball. So in terms of Westbrook's case, it's still leading to wins. The Thunder, if the playoffs started today, 24 games into the season, would be playing the Clippers.
Ooh,
Could Russell Westbrook beat the Clippers?
maybe.
If Blake Griffin's on the court.
Yeah.
All right, comment below. Like, favorite, subscribe. Francis Maxwell on Twitter, @Francis_Maxwell. JSU91. I'll see you soon.